Spiller, we got a spiller.
No proof.
7:05, right on time.
That is right. We are streaming live now, officially on the internet. Welcome to the live stream.
We did that.
Hey, it's me. I'm Shane.
Hi,
I'm the
Shane.
tech director. Hi. All right. All right. Sorry.
That's a delay.
Okay.
Like a big
I've got
delay.
a delay on my screen. Now, all right, from the audience perspective looking, let's go left to right. We have Samantha Stark.
Yay!
I shouldn't do this, inevitably. Just introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Samantha Stark.
I am Sam Clemens.
I'm Ashley Clements.
I'm Nick Argenberg.
I'm Ryan Yowie.
I'm Kristen Green.
Darren Essler.
I'm Rosalie Wilson.
Jerome Wetzel.
Woo!
Woo! Okay,
All right.
that's cut. Take it again.
So, yeah, why don't you, let's say, Sam, what are we doing here today?
Which Sam?
The one who knows what's going on.
Always. So today we are here at like a pre-show retrospective and AMA for our 10-year anniversary with It's All Been Done Radio Hour under the umbrella show of It's All Been, or umbrella company of It's All Been Done Presents. Woo woo!
Phone lines are open.
Please donate.
This is the IABD phone, so if somebody calls it.
Okay, here's a question. Raise your hand if you were an original member of the troupe. I think that would be you, the creator of the entire
I'm not actually a
thing.
troop member.
Yeah,
And Shane over there.
Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
trooper.
Oh wow, all right.
Raise your hand if you've never missed a show.
Since I joined.
That's true. That's true. Kristen has it.
That's fair.
Shane also.
Asterisk, since she joined.
Since I joined, yeah, a year later.
Well, she only missed the first 12, and we've done 121 after tomorrow, so that's more than 90%
Yeah.
of the total.
And like,
Plus, if you count all the special shows, you've done like 25 of those.
I was gonna say though, the amount of work that you put into certain episodes, I feel like counteracts
Retro.
any sort of anything.
So you're saying Shane and I are neck and neck.
grandfather.
I would say neck and neck is
We're on a
being
show he
generous.
No, I'm kidding. You haven't
heard
missed a
it's a
show
tie.
since you've joined. That counts.
Yes.
This counts 90% of what mine does.
Says I'm holding on to my title. Too funny.
Well, anyway, we've
Yeah.
all been in lots of shows at this
Yeah.
point. Who's the newest troop member here right now?
I believe that would be me.
Rosalie.
Yeah.
You joined us for the first time in 2021, 2022?
Two, I believe.
2022?
Yeah, I just missed it because like towards the end of 21, I saw some shows or saw a show, but didn't have enough time to audition, and I don't really think that there was any roles at the so certain months have more than others, and
There wasn't a Winnie the Pooh level.
I had to carve my name from something, and
The dream roll.
the dream role. Oh
Winnie
my
the
God.
Pooh. You were waiting for that role.
Yeah, I think everyone here knows that story, but I would like you all to know that I genuinely thought I had a really good Winnie the Pooh impression. I mean in terms of accuracy. I thought I really was nailing it. You better tell me if my Jennifer Coolidge is as off as I think. It's really closer to somebody akin to my best friends were like, you do voices, but you like never do voices like for us that you've done for the show. Like, what do you do? And I'm like, I've got this big Pooh character, and they're like, Pooh, do it. And then I like did some lines for them, and they were like, that's just Ted from Ted 2 when he gets restuffed wrong. I was like, oh, that's the one.
Still fitting though.
Still, yes.
It works. It's fine.
Species.
Oh gosh.
Jerome, why don't you tell us a little bit about why you started specifically a show in this format? Because I think that's the thing that everyone, when I explain what it is to them, that's what gets them, is the old-timey sort of radio.
Well, I
feel?
wanted fame and fortune and to boss people around.
Obviously.
So, no, I'm a big podcast listener. I'd done some podcasting previously with Nick. But just like unscripted stuff. For the most part, we did some scripted bits, but it was mostly us like chatting. And then I discovered a show, and I don't even remember how I discovered it, called Thrilling Adventure Hour out of Los Angeles, California, which, as we turn 10, is turning 20.
Yep.
Yep. They actually have been they've got a few special shows lined up. I think they're going to be in England for some shows. I'm like, that's what we want to do in 10 years.
Road trip.
But no, they were out of
Start
LA.
saving now.
And it was such a great show. I was binging it so fast. They only started podcasting halfway through their 10-year run, so I was binging years 6 through 10, and you missed the beginning of the stories, but for the most part, their stories were pretty easy to jump into. And they had announced they were coming to an end of their monthly show. Now, they have continued to do special performances a few times a year, but their monthly show ended in 2015. And because I was at the end, I'm like, I need more. What other shows out there are doing the same thing? So I started looking, and no other show was doing the same thing. They had a very unique format. And as a writer myself, I was always looking for new projects. I wanted to make something interesting and find a niche where maybe I could engage with an audience, because like self-publishing novels wasn't going anywhere. And so I said, well, I can do what they're doing with different material that's not as good perhaps, but decent. And with my own space, take and style and whatever. So that's why I launched it, was because Thrilling Adventure Hour was ending, and then they didn't ever really go away, thankfully. But yeah.
I
And
learned
neither
about them
will
through
we.
you. Oh no, we're sticking around.
They
for
are
a
aware
while.
of our existence. I've let them know. And they replied, good job, but I don't think they actually heard anything. But we did have one member of the Thrilling Adventure Hour troupe guest star in our show, so we've got that crossover connection.
Yeah,
If we
that's
ever went to
nice.
play 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, all of us are only one jump away from everybody in Thrilling Adventure Hour. Thanks to Miss Janet Varney. Thank you very much.
Yes.
We have a live question that is right in the same realm of conversation, of topic, and that is from our own current Foley artist, who cannot be here tonight, but she would like to know, how did you find the cast for the first show?
Wonderful question. I stood out under a bridge.
He just grabbed our ankles and pulled us right down. We didn't know what was happening.
So
Best bridge troll ever.
So a few people that I've known Nick since I was a little kid, and Nathan and Wendy, who are in Daniel Kravitz, or have been Daniel Kravitz primarily. I knew them. And so I was like, well, I've got a couple actors that'll probably do it. Nathan was really interested. Nick was interested. Wendy wasn't sure if she wanted to do it or not. But then when I wrote Daniel Kravitz, I went to her and I'm like, I don't want to throw Nathan against none of these people that have worked with him before. Can you please come and do Daniel Kravitz? And she agreed. But then I just posted everywhere I could think of, every board, and I think Craigslist for sure, but also like Backstage.com and all these different places, and just cast as wide a net as I could. Nick knew Samantha, and I'd worked with her once on a project briefly, so I went to her apartment and got a live audition from her, because I knew she was funny, even though I didn't know her very well. I liked what I knew.
Just give off the air.
Yeah. And then just let the auditions pour in. And Shane was the very first audition we received for Meow Meow. And the photo was so creepy, I did not want to give him my home address, as we've talked about many times before.
It was the only photo I had.
Still to this day, it's the only photo he
It's the only
possesses of himself.
It's pretty much the same expression, which is this.
And
I can attest as someone who's photographed him many times here on Radio Hour.
That's the face in all my wedding pictures.
Yes.
and I'm sure we've told this story before, but Nick, I had talked to a lot in the developmental phase, and I told him about Universe Journey. He said, I want to play either Kake or Meow Meow. And we got Shane's audition for Meow Meow, and he listened to it, and he goes, I want to play Kake.
I wanted Meow Meow really bad, and Shane just knocked it apart. I was like, well, I guess that leaves Kake.
I think you were gonna.
But I mean, you made me audition and go through the
Of
phases
course,
and all that.
'cause
it
I,
wasn't just like that. I got it to get it.
Yeah, to start the show. I mean, Daniel Kravitz, we did not audition Nathan and Wendy, but every other part was auditioned.
Yeah.
But you were going to play Meow Meow more like Brack from Space Ghost, right?
No, I was going to do it's very similar voice
Oh,
to
okay.
what Shane did, but
Oh.
no, he just did it. He did it No, yeah, because I wanted to do a very similar, but I can't. I'm not going to do it.
It was pretty good.
Well, anybody that's been listening to Radio Hour knows Nick has a plethora of voices, is very talented. So, yes. I love the word plethora. So then other auditions rolled in. We got enough that I didn't have to cast everybody that auditioned, which was great. We had people like Katie and Joe that were like, we'll give it one show's shot and see how it goes. 10 years later, Katie is actually stepping down from the cast, unfortunately, but after a 10-year run, and Joe is still involved with the show for now, but he will also be stepping down soon. So those are maybe bad examples, but still working with some of those people after so long. It was really, really cool.
And I'd like to point out, since you brought Katie up, Katie was the baby. Like, literally
Yes.
just graduated.
Well, Addie was still in high school, but
I'm sorry, yeah, Addie.
that's true.
But
she was,
yeah.
and Joe was very young as well.
Yeah. Well, it was like Katie, Addie, Joe, and Dallas.
Dallas, right?
Was, and what's super weird is that Katie and Dallas went to the same school. They didn't really know about it until one time after a party. Katie was like, I have a slide presentation where you went to France and were posing pictures or something like that. He's like, yeah, I did that. so yeah, it was kind of funny.
So yeah, I hope that answers Megan's question pretty thoroughly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to do any questions from our social
Yeah,
media?
for sure. We have we've done some bunch of posts.
Yes, bunch of posts. Got a bunch of questions. Some are show related. Some are more just funny, get to know you. So let's start with something like that. We did get a question. What Radio Hour themed tattoo would you get?
Oh, I have one.
Ooh. All right. Let's start with Ashley.
No, I have my moon tattooed on my arm, and that's for my character Luna.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So we actually next month. No, I'm kidding.
You make that joke every time
I
I
know.
mention the character's name. Doesn't matter what context. They're just like, oh yeah, we're getting ready to kill her off. I'm just like, no, you're not.
I'm sorry. I'm not funny.
Yeah, so I do have one.
I think I would get, and I've thought about this because I've had these questions and I've been doing the posts, so I'm like, oh, I got to think about a lot of these beforehand. I would probably maybe get like a silhouette of the top-notch Tangler flying through the sky.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Good thought.
I'd get Mr. Smashy.
Oh,
Sure.
that'd be great.
On your calf or something?
Yeah.
With a little heart around it.
You should just do that.
Any tattoo artists out there want to do like
GTG plus CP. Forever.
I might have to keep thinking about that one, and like later on when I think of the tattoo, that's when I'll go get it and show you all.
I don't have any tattoos. I'm afraid of needles.
The only thing that comes to my mind is maybe like I've gone back and forth on whether or not I would want like music notes as a tattoo, but if I were going to get both like music notes and something from Radio Hour, it might be like the notation for the "We're the crew of the thrifty," whatever that is, and then when everyone asks like, "What is that?" and just be like,
You sing the whole music.
Let me tell you about this music.
We do have some musical questions. Is there any other tattoo thoughts?
Maybe a chicken man.
Chicken man.
Chicken.
That says, what was it? I'm a dinosaur.
Yeah, that might be good. I don't know. Make a private joke, but I don't know if a tattoo would go there.
A dark silhouette of, no, I'm just kidding.
Name Richard right across.
Segment, and then we were talking about that was like a double entendre. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome to the joke, Nick.
If you got a private tattoo, it would have to be my favorite quote that I still have in my phone as your contact information.
Oh no.
Is your middle name? Must we always be battleships?
Must we always be battleships?
That line, for some reason, just I think because you cracked up in the middle of it during a run-through or a read.
I like
And I
either
couldn't.
didn't read the script ahead of time and I got to it because I think we were probably doing games like what's the fun, and I got to that one and it just broke me.
And me.
And Yoey apparently.
Must we always be battleships? Okay, so mark that one off. Okay, so
I have no answer for that question.
No comment.
so what all goes into our musicals and or mini musicals? It's a lot.
They're usually
Yeah, we just
improv,
wing
yeah.
it. It's
They're improv.
We're all
practice.
musical geniuses.
That's a Kristen question.
Everybody look.
Well,
I mean, you guys you have your own perspective of what it's like to try to make sense of the stuff I send you. Usually, so which segment gets a musical is kind of determined by, if the people who are the leads would want to and are up for it. But also when a segment gets to like sort of a pivotal, either like fun or like a changing point, something that warrants like a big event or something kind of special or extra silly or fun. We try to make it extra special with adding some music, either a mini or a full length. Obviously takes a lot more time. But so then we plot out what the story is going to be, where each of the characters are when they are going to be singing their song, what the style and like the feel of each song is going to be. Typically, Jerome has written most of the lyrics. I've started to write more, as have other members of the cast, like Sam and Megan. And then I just start tinkering around and recording stuff and making tracks and sending them out. And everyone is pretty like musically inclined, or like even if they don't have any experience with it, everyone here picks stuff up and is so game, and it's not that difficult once we get the planning process done. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Except when I write lyrics for a song you were supposed to write the lyrics for and then send it to you anyway.
But you wrote better ones than I ever have.
I doubt that. But my memory is so bad, as Kristen can probably attest more than anybody.
Okay, but he's talking about the song that was the duet between Daniel and Wendy. I was going to write it, and then you wrote the lyrics for it. And I'm like, well, this is better than what I would have done, so I'm just going to keep it.
One of my favorites about the musicals was when we were planning the morning show musical, and you asked Jerome, well, how many songs do you want? And he goes, 8, and her face just went.
Well, in Kristen's defense, because, we had talked about it, and we had said 3 or 4. And then I
said 3, 4 if one of them is like a reprise of the first song.
And so then I went home and watched Scrubs the musical again, because it'd been a while.
I love that episode.
And I was like, they packed so many songs in 25 minutes. I wonder if I can do that. And then I wrote like 8 songs. And then Kristen said no. So that's when we took half the songs and split them out and and saved them for the season premiere in the second.
Yeah, so really just the 8-song mini musical became 2 mini musicals. So you got them all out of me eventually. You just spread it
He said
out.
8, and I was like,
Funny.
that is not mini.
I was
Full size.
The full episode would have just been music. It would have been like Les Mis, the
But it still would have only been 25 minutes long, so that's why I thought it was a mini.
Oh my gosh.
And Keith has arrived.
Hi, Keith.
Oh,
I guess I'm not supposed to be here.
we'll make room for you.
No, the drink is more important. The drink.
So, in addition to our musicals,
Sam so you can yell into the mic, because I'm yelling across Rosalie.
Oh, I see.
is there a radio hour band, which I think is something that we should do? Because right now, no.
I would love an in-house band. That's always been on my goal list, but you got to have money, and yeah.
Oh, no. I think it meant like, are we a band? Do we have a band?
A one-man
Either
band
way,
named
no.
Kristen Green.
Yeah.
It would.
And
We
the other,
have
Nathan
we have
Haley.
people who play instruments who I'm not sure why I haven't bugged them more to play and accompany with me, but they would be lovely to have other people there. Because you'll notice if I have a song that I'm singing, a lot of times I sing to a track because I don't want to worry about trying to play and have like the mics in the right place and mess with all of that at the same time. So
Well, and if
it
you
would be
come to
lovely.
the show tomorrow or live stream it right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, you will see before the show starts a little slideshow.
A
with
tiny little 9.5-minute slideshow.
It's mini slideshow.
That you will see we did have in the past other people play instruments for.
We did. A member of my band, Tommy Davis, he did accompany once on guitar. That was awesome.
For the Kravitz mini musical.
Yeah, for the Christmas mini musical. We had, like, JT was here and he did a lot of accompaniment. Tristan
Played the
did on
cajon.
cajon. Yeah, that was really nice having the percussion there. It it was better than me having to sit on the cajon and hit it with my foot. But, yeah, so that would be a dream to get other musicians in here on a regular
Separately,
basis.
Katie's played flute in the show.
Katie played flute, yeah.
Karen
yep.
played ukulele in the show. Shane and I keep talking about eventually we're going to play a clarinet duet on the show. We haven't done it yet. But we're going to.
I'm
Nathan
trying to
busts
talk
out
Sam
his
into letting me
trombone.
get
He
a guitar
does.
so that I can learn to play.
And he wants to do the tuba at some point.
We should.
Because, yeah, oh.
Actually,
Keith plays bass.
So what I'm hearing is an offer.
Yeah, right. Band is in the works. Shane, do we have any live questions? You want me to keep going?
We do have some live questions.
Oh,
Yeah. So let's see. Let's take a look. Go through here. First off, former cast member Ben.
Band.
Ben has a happy 10 years, gang. Many happy returns.
Thank you.
Joe is also on the stream. Joe
Hey,
says hello.
Joe Morales?
Joe Morales.
Remember Joe Morales? He
Supposed to
sent a
be
video,
here,
I believe, for us.
But he does, which we'll get to that here in a
Okay.
second.
Megan also sent a video.
Yeah. But we've got. I'll start. Oh, now I'll jump back. So we've got a viewer, Ryan Francis, who some of us know. Ryan Francis. Hello. Thanks for watching. He wants to know, what cartoon character do you relate to the most?
Oh. Jessica Rabbit.
I'm not
But
bad.
when she gets back to the cartoon town,
Is that your answer?
maybe a little bit.
She just want to go around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Fry from Futurama.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It's really hard.
I don't remember its name because it was a long time ago. But do you remember the old like the Heathcliff cartoon? But there was the alley cats. Like it would cut to like the alley cats in the middle. The one that was really tall and had the earphones and was on roller skates.
That might
What-
be Wordsworth.
Wordsworth, yeah, yeah. For some reason, I was obsessed with him as a kid, and I still think it was probably one of the most formative things. I just thought he was awesome. He liked music and he liked wordplay.
I would say Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
And that is how I learned to do this voice from Reddit.
I will never hear that the same way again.
No, that's so awesome. Was it favorite overall or just one that you relate to the most?
Relate to
Relate
the most.
Probably Dipper Pines. I know that or mixture of all three of the new versions of Huey, Dewey, and Louie, like combined, like because they represent like a unique personality trait. So, but I would go with Dipper.
My son was Dipper for Halloween one year.
Oh, that's awesome. I was too. It does. Jesus, God, I've been shot.
Now it's important.
Shots fired. Sorry.
I'm gonna sound like such a cliche here, but Belle.
Yeah.
She's not my favorite prince. I do love her, but that's probably who I think I'm the most like.
That's just
Oh, so everyone's, yeah,
tough for me. My kids say I'm most like Launchpad from.
Oh, I
which,
see it.
which
I think it's just because you're taller.
I think it's tall and I'm bigger than everybody else. But you know what? That's a really tough one for me. I'll probably stick with that. But I have to think about it a little longer because I haven't watched. I don't remember. Can't think of too many cartoons at the moment.
Oh man, I've been on an anime journey because I did not grow up watching it. It was something I didn't have much interest in, and now I've just been binging so much anime lately. And my favorite one currently is Black Clover. And one of my favorite characters that I think outside of the alcohol is Vanessa. She is incredibly independent. She is incredibly powerful, and just very free and unapologetically herself, and I love that about her.
I also see you could totally be Rose from The Wrong Way to Use
You've
It.
told me that. I have not watched it yet, but it's on the list. It's on the list.
Must.
wow. I'm probably going to think of a better answer once we move on to a different question.
Naturally.
First thing popped in my head, of course, was Spock from the animated series.
Ooh.
And L from Death Note, maybe, or Guy from Solo Leveling. That's a
Oh.
long story.
Do you have a good tattoo idea that you would want to have that would represent Radio Hour?
Radio Hour themed tattoo.
Oh yeah, that was a good question.
That's like
that
a
we
really
had.
good one.
Yeah.
I feel like Keith could answer.
I mean, like, other than the microphone thing,
Oh,
I'd
a
love to
microphone!
Nobody said that.
Like our logo.
I would like to go ahead and say I would get a microphone for my Radio Hour tattoo.
Maybe like just a tattoo of your Jake Cotton trench coat might not go over well.
The fedora.
With the Alfredo
With the hat, like a silhouette, that'd be cool.
That would be.
Just putting this out there, I would do a matching.
Radio Hour tattoo with any of you. I would do that with any
But
of
would
you.
you get one on your butt cheek? Because I would. and
Yeah.
say, you know what? Kiss the mic.
Yeah, 100%.
So we're all
Join
going
together to
tattoo
form the full
parlor.
picture.
Tomorrow night, yeah, that's the show.
This generation will say 3 men.
No, thank you. That's 3 men will not be.
I need one of those iCarly boos, like.
I'm only getting a 3-men tattoo if I can get a silhouette of Tom Selleck, Ted Danson, and Steve.
Well, you could just answer it's a different 3 men every time somebody asks you. Like, you could just be like, oh, yes, well, this is Huey, Louie, and Dewey.
They're not men, they're boys.
I understand that. At one point, they might be men.
No.
Too much.
They became men after the
More questions?
Yes.
More
Also, my answer is Freakazoid.
Oh, great
my God.
answer. Yeah.
Let's see. After 10 years, this is from Ben. After 10 years, what's one thing your character has taught you? Any of your characters?
I don't know anything yet.
What has Winnie the Pooh taught you?
That I'm not good at impressions.
How to be a bear.
I want to be a bear.
I think playing Teak is just always a reminder of like to be more positive and happy and joyful.
Aw,
which
I love
not
that.
that I'm not those things, but like just
let
loosening
things
up
get you
and
down.
just I'm not exactly an optimist, and Teak is an optimist. So yeah.
I can relate.
What?
Me? What?
Darren, does like narration really affect you, or
Yeah.
is it like your characters? Because you have still like great character work in the show too.
Yeah, I would say Stoker teaches me to stay up late.
What's the boss from the Boxland sketches?
Oh,
Jeff.
Jeff. Like inner Jeff. And the heavy breathing. That's not acting. That's a long walk.
The fact that I make you go all the way around.
Charlie teaches you to love people no matter what they look like.
I love monsters.
Yeah. He's not a monster.
That's right.
Non-human.
He's a demon, not a monster.
He's non-human.
To just fucking go with it. Just like live in the moment, relish it, be loud, be brash, but then also have the ability to like tone it and just refine it and bring those like really like touching moments in while still exuding all of that energy. So it's been a really wild exercise in being able to go all the way from like happy to angry to sad and anything in between.
This might be a cop-out, but I think, all my characters have like taught me to truly just to commit to who I am as a person, right? So that I know that, hey, I don't care how I look, I don't care how I sound, but I'm just gonna be as much as I can be that character or in my case, myself. So that's always been helpful just as experiencing through many different types of characters.
I guess George Bacard teaches me planting is important. Plants are important. Crops are important.
Nature.
But the top-notch Tangler being very very strong, but also has moments of weakness is like I have to remember that moments of weakness does not make you a weak person, and to embrace those moments when I'm not feeling like I need to have everything in control. So.
I've mostly been learning that life imitates art. Sometimes vice versa. Most supposed to. That's the script because I can. It's a long.
I have the fortune of playing very intelligent characters. Leah and Luna, my main two that are still alive and still with the segments.
You haven't read next month's script yet, have you?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Yes, I've read next month's script because it's tomorrow. But Leah is probably my least favorite of my characters that I play, but she is, like I said, very intelligent, but she has also had this little growth arc where she stands up for herself. She asks for what she wants, and she works really hard. And so those are things that I try to keep in my mind as well. And it makes me like her more.
She's my least favorite of your characters too.
I mean, that's completely fair.
Shane.
Of only Ashley's characters.
All 5 of them.
My inner Shelley coming out.
Have you learned anything?
Shane, what does your 3 men character taught you?
I've learned nothing from any of my characters.
Yeah, I taught you how to die.
I teach them.
Yes, yeah, it taught me how to love,
Cry.
to cry. Yeah.
13.
Yeah, how to count to 13. Yeah. Now we do have other questions though.
Okay.
We've got a plethora of questions.
Oh,
Keith,
okay.
one more.
Wait, Keith will
I was
have
just gonna say that
Oh, yeah.
when you brought up morning show, I remember Pat. The thing I learned from that is just how easily we can become villains to each other.
Oh, that's a good answer. Okay.
Yeah, I guess the lesson didn't have to be positive.
Most lessons aren't.
That's true.
Well, everybody, thanks for
Shane, we got another question.
We do have another question. Okay, so this one is from Melissa Coffin.
Hello.
Besides the show, what is your favorite hobby?
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I have so many hobbies and things I enjoy doing. I like.
Drinking count.
No.
That's not a
called
hobby.
alcoholism.
I really enjoy sewing and design and putting together like costumes and stuff like that. I do hair for a living, which is like part of that realm of like styling wigs and color theory and things like that. So something I thoroughly enjoy doing, dressing up places that nobody knows me, but they will by the end of it. I don't know, just
Yeah, just go around the circle. Makes it easier.
Let's see. Oh, I guess this should be easy to answer, but I don't do a lot. Yeah, writing would be a good one. Planning on things that I then don't do. That's a big one.
Procrastination.
Takes a lot of my time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to do this. I bought lights because I was going to start filming myself. I was going to do like a weird rotoscope version of Squatch Mashers. I bought the lights. I have the green screen.
There's still time.
There's still time, man. There's still time.
Oh, can't be done now.
Yeah, but-
Too late.
do it now.
I don't know if it's a hobby. I brought a lot of my hobbies into the show, but one of my favorite things to do, like on a Sunday or something, is to just like pull up Google Maps and like find a like spot of green that's relatively close, but like that I've never been to, and then put my dog in the car and go to it and just explore new parks with my dog.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
my dog is my hobby.
Best hobby. I love to exercise. CrossFit, bodybuilding, running around the world, doing various fun, crazy shit.
Like the Flash?
Yes, like the Flash. One of my favorite things I've done last year I did it was I climbed the Sleeping Bear Dunes in Michigan. If any of you have ever seen them, they're the ones that they have a sign saying it is a $3,000 fine if we have to pick you up and life flight you up, because it is a straight up incline. I did it in 16 minutes, almost threw up, but it was in the fall and it was fine. But like, Yeah, I was not expecting it to be as intense as it was. But it was super fun, and I'd do it again, because I'm crazy.
Is it like a climb?
Yeah, it is just sand dunes, but it is a massive, in the summertime apparently it's really brutal because it's really hot, and so the sand is hot, and you're bear crawling up this horrible hot. It was the fall when I did it, so it was cool, but I also worked out before that, not realizing how, leg day before that, but you know what, I lived, it was fun, do it again.
Oh my gosh. I started to feel panic because I was like, oh my God. But that is so cool, man. My hobbies are writing, and then also though I don't do it as much as I'd like to, board games and video games are a lot of fun, but yeah.
I read a lot, and I'm a cross stitcher.
Yep. Outside of this, like theater is a big passion of mine. Just the actual on stage, full productions. I love those theaters. Love to do that. And if we're not talking about theater related, I'm a big gamer. Right, we'll play video games with my friends and just hanging out and getting drunk and having fun.
I don't see him Sunday nights.
She does not. She does not.
Like Ashley, I also cross stitch and explore other types of embroidery. I just like a lot of different crafting. I'm a dabbler too, so just any craft I can find, I'm like shiny. I want to do that one for a month. I also read and write, among other voiceover projects.
Karaoke, easy, done.
Yeah.
Yes.
There wasn't a hobby mentioned that I don't enjoy doing.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, right.
I mostly read and write and watch TV because
Except
storytelling.
exercise.
But I also make my own wine, so that's fun.
That's a great one.
Yep.
This is not the homemade. I got some in the fridge though if you want them. If you want the homemade.
Kenneth Kirkland.
Shane, what are your hobbies?
Oh well, I like watching TV, movies, and then not as often as I'd like, but actually turning around and filming things. So short stuff. We're actually entering the 48-hour film festival this year, which most of you are participating in with us at some point, potentially. So that's exciting. Kristen Joe says he has the same hobby, which is dog.
Dog.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
But your
Little
dog.
Pluto.
Nice. Let's see. We have more questions.
Samantha has more questions too.
Yeah,
we
wow.
are.
We got lots of questions.
I have
Loaded with
Rounded
questions.
No.
We'll be here all night till they're
I
all
mean,
answered.
honestly, how about let's start half and halving.
Yeah.
We'll do four answers. Whoever gets to answer first, and then we'll go to another. So, Sammy, you had more questions from
Yes.
folks.
So, how long does practicing for a show take?
Oh, well.
We do 2 rehearsals. Hopefully, you're all practicing on your own as well.
Yeah.
Well, the rehearsals are about show length, like maybe 1-2
Yeah.
hours. So forth.
So we do one Tuesday evening a month, usually two Tuesdays before the show, a table read, and then we do an in-person, on our feet rehearsal right before the show, and that's it. There's a lot more prep with like the writing and editing and stuff that goes into it, but as far as like the whole troupe is involved, it's
And we'll practice more
pretty
if it's a
minimal.
musical.
Oh yeah,
Work
that's
on it.
different.
For extenuating circumstance shows.
The
Yeah.
full-length Universe Journey musical, we start rehearsals in January for a January performance, meaning 13 months of rehearsal.
Yeah, but when we say 13 months, what we're talking about is like
13
20
days.
minutes here and there per
That's true.
song,
That's true.
depending on who is available. So we're not talking like,
24 hours a day.
yeah, months and months of rehearsal.
That's
We're
true.
talking about 20-minute increments.
Across months.
Okay, so that question and the next 2 are from my friend's kids. So hi guys.
Friends, kids.
Indy, Elsie, and Pip. Hi guys. What is your favorite skit and favorite candy?
Oh.
Skit in
Skittles. No, I'm
Skit
just kidding. I'm
and
just
candy.
kidding. Skittle? No, I don't really like Skittles. I'm just teasing.
I like nerds.
Nerds are my favorite too.
It's like eating
No,
fish
no.
gravel.
Well, here's the question: do you consider chocolate candy?
Yes,
Yes.
it is candy. Chocolate is candy.
Then for me, my favorite is very specifically, well, it's Twix, but specifically more than that, triple chocolate
Triple
Twix, which was a
chocolate.
limited edition thing in I think 2006 and then again in 2011.
Nice.
I've petitioned Mars to bring it back, but they haven't. If you're listening, please, it's so good.
Those Reese balls, the like Reese BBs
yeah,
they used to
yeah.
have, were
Oh
my
my
favorite,
God.
hands down. There's still no candy that's as good as that. I mean, I like chocolate covered peanuts or peanut butter M&Ms, but yeah.
Are we interpreting this as like our favorite segment or the favorite episode that we've ever performed?
I think segment.
Okay.
Universe Journey.
Privates might be the most fun to write.
Privates is one of
With
my
all the
favorites.
puns, like figuring out how to squeeze all the puns into a scene.
I love Universe Journey, but my favorite to perform is Travels with Tim because I can just at any point just go, ooh! And it will fit.
And it's weird.
I have enjoyed like writing it
Yes.
and realizing like, ooh, he's going to say ooh right there. Like leaving the spaces. I'm like, oh, he'll fall right into my trap.
So awesome. That's so good. My favorite candy, though, if you ever get a chance, Dan Slott, he's the writer of Amazing Spider-Man, now Superman at DC. He put on social media once, get Reese cups. What everyone loves Reese cups, but direct from factory Reese cups. They are super fresh because usually when you get them in the store, they've been there for a few weeks, even if they keep shuffling inventory. This is like literally right off the back package sent to you. They only do it like once or twice a year. It is phenomenal.
I was gonna say, do you like knock on the factory door and be like, gimme,
Well,
gimme?
you have to. This is the sucky part: is you have to sign up for the mailing list, so you get and you get it any day with their other stuff. But Hershey will send you a thing saying it's available for the next week to 2 weeks.
Oh, dang.
And they will run out.
You just go to Hershey Park.
And if you go to Hershey Park, yeah. But if you don't go to Hershey Park, yeah. And they really are. It's hard to eat a normal Reese cup anymore.
I will take all the Reese's cups.
I mean, I will
And
too.
that's
But
the best thing about my kids in Halloween is they go trick-or-treating and neither of my kids like Reese's cups. So I
yeah, buddy, dude, you're like
I
that's
mean,
awesome.
win for you, but I've never heard of a kid not, except for like a peanut allergy. I get that.
I
But, like,
prefer the Reese eggs or trees. The ratio
I
is
mean,
better with chocolate.
100%.
I like morning show.
It's
Just gonna
delicious.
say it. I know it's like no one else's favorite, but it's my favorite.
Morning show.
I would say Life
It's my
with a
favorite
Voice
to
Actor.
act in. Like Universe 30 is like just always up there, but
Except when we
morning
write
show
that
is my
Shelley
favorite.
didn't vote.
What?
Except when we write that Shelley didn't vote.
I hate that choice still. I still hate that choice.
That's always been my favorite costume of yours.
The glasses?
Yeah.
It's just glasses.
There's something like, especially the Zoom era, you really kind of.
That was my anchor prop. Like I found my inner Keith and I was like, I'm just not Shelley without these. It's not these glasses, it's the blue ones. Probably the blue ones.
You're one of the few actors that have gotten to perform multiple dimension versions of a character. How did you approach Daniel Kravitz, Michelle Myers versus morning show Shelley Myers? Where'd you make the distinction?
I'm not sure it came through in the voice, but I thought of her as like more out of her depth, a little less professional, at least insofar as training. Like I feel like she maybe like wrote for like Gossip Rags or something like that. Like she'd never quite gotten like to the level that Shelley had. Maybe she had ambitions too, maybe not, but like, and I also feel like she's more easily sidetracked by like conspiracy, like like the sort of supernatural conspiracy theory type stuff, and Shelley usually probably wouldn't go for anything like that. So just a little bit more naive, a little bit less
Got that freelance feel.
standards a little lower. Yeah, yeah.
She definitely didn't vote because it was between the Lizard Man and
She didn't vote, but
Bigfoot.
Shelley absolutely did.
There's the difference.
like Brooks and me, that comes out.
Don't
Like,
believe- I
Shelley.
know. I agree with you.
I know.
It's irresponsible.
One more question from the kids. How long does it take to set up for a show?
That's a question for Shane.
Where is he anyway?
Who me?
He has his own camera.
Me? Yeah, it's true. yeah. Yeah, I do. Oh, how long is it? So normally on a show day, the show's at 5. I usually get here around 10 a.m., eat some food real quick, and then it takes me about 1.5 to 2 hours to set up fully. I'd like to try to make all the chords look nice and pretty and neat and everything. And usually every other month, I feel like we're doing something slightly different with the set. So, about 2 hours roughly. But then I'm also running around making sure like levels are good and all that. And yeah.
That reminds me, and we just were talking about this because it was in the slideshow. We were watching it, and we were reminded of how when we were performing at Mad Lab, we had to be on whatever set their like main show was.
Right.
So talk a little bit about that. Remember those days? How much
yeah.
fun was that walking in
Yeah.
and just being like, okay.
I mean, yeah, up until the Saturday, I had no idea what the set was gonna be. So there were some months where it was nice, flat, and there was just like a backdrop, which okay, fine. Sometimes there was like a split level where okay, this is a kitchen, this is a living room. Then there were some where we had an actual like elevated platform where we stuck, somebody to sing. We had the narrator off to the side behind a curtain or something, like in a doorway, because who knew? It was different every time.
Sometimes it worked out perfectly, and other times it was like, ooh.
We'd put somebody in a bathtub and have them pull the shower curtain open once. But I'd say the creaky platforms were the worst, though. When every actor trying to walk to a mic is making noise.
Yeah, I remember. Well, and the other thing that was hard too is that because we were ensemble at that point in MadLab too, it became easier for us for MadLab shows to know what was going on. But MadLab also took third-party like rentals. So like I remember one group did Pirates of Penzance, and that was one. It was kind of up, but it also blocked the curtain in the back. And I think at that time we were still coming in from the back to the front.
Yeah.
So it kind of like. But that was super creaky. I think at one point someone almost kind of hurt their ankle, kind of falling. It was insane. But you always did such a great job setting it up, though. It was so awesome.
I'm not sure I'm remembering this correctly, but I feel like Kristen's debut was in Scary Dead.
Was this
With
you and
Actually, she did.
Nick Ray too,
guest
right?
spot first.
Oh yeah, we did Universe Journey, but then like Scary Dead. We got a ladder and we went up behind a wall and we stood like over the wall because we were supposed to be like throwing grenades.
From the
Me
room.
and Nick Ray.
I love Nick.
Oh yeah, her and Dan.
Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then we got up there and we realized, oh, where do we put our scripts?
Right. Now I know Shane can set everything up in 30 minutes at a pinch because we had to make him do it before. Shane, remember when we used to perform at Pack Rat, or we'd go to Mad Lab and then have to move everything over to Pack Rat and be setting it twice or 3 times in one day? You want to talk about that?
It was, I feel like it's been in the last like 3 months this has come up and I had completely blocked it out of my memory entirely. Yeah, we would go to your old house in West Jeff.
Galloway,
set up the microphones, record the rehearsal, tear it all down, go to Mad Lab, put it all back up, or Pack Rat, put it all back up, and then have to tear it down again. And then at one point, we were at Mad Lab, and then tear it down and go to Pack Rat.
Why Not Green? Yes.
It was I completely blocked.
Thankfully, we only did that just a few more
I
times.
think that was like 3 months maybe, because we
Just
moved
3.
our show day rehearsals to Mad Lab pretty early on. Thank you, Nikki Smith, one of our favorite
Yes,
people
we
in the
love
world.
Nikki Smith.
Nikki Smith.
Yes.
I think overall I have 5 questions left. Let's take it to some live ones.
Yeah. So we've got some live ones. We also have some submitted from our. I almost said dearly departed, not departed. Departed from the troupe, but still a guest star, Chase.
He's going to be in the show tomorrow. All
Better be a
boys can
good
come see
one.
it.
So we'll do let's do 2 from Chase and then Joe has a question as well, and then we've got 2 recordings from people. So all right, Chase, first question: what was your favorite off-stage moment with the troupe?
Sorry.
That you're allowed to talk about publicly.
I love Chase telling everybody that if you say sorry, you're fired.
Well, that's a good one.
That's just a good acting note.
Oh my god.
And nothing but the troupe.
Are we meaning
most
off
of the
stage here or out in the real world?
I'd say just not scripted.
I've
That's what I interpreted.
Not part of the show itself.
Yeah.
We have been lucky enough to have 2 writers' retreats so far in the time that I've been with the troupe. And
That's all we've had.
I know, I'm trying to make it sound cool. And maybe it's a trend. Like, as soon as I got on board, you guys were like, let's get into the woods. Let's
Let's leave her there. No.
We've had just really excellent writing sessions where people even like zoomed in if they couldn't come out to the cabin or come out for the day. And I just think that they're so productive in terms of like story planning. They're really productive. Like I've turned to writing and started writing for Radio Hour and like in my spare time too for fun. And it's been beneficial just for me as like a hobbyist and writer. And then but like the amount of work that we can put into the show has been really fun. And it's so fun to hang out in a social setting, but also still talk about something that we care about, which is fun.
Also, like, this is still like a performance-based answer, but a lot of us have gotten to do like independent films and stuff together. But I don't think we would have had that opportunity and in those little groups with each other if I think like the filmmakers know us because we're in this together. So this fed those other opportunities, and that has been awesome too. Just getting to work with people in different capacities and flexing different muscles and just getting new appreciation for just how freaking talented everyone is in different ways. And yeah, getting to hang out outside of just the one time a month is awesome. Yeah.
To build off of that, we did 2 shows in one fall that were really great and fun to do together, some of us. We did the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We staged the musical performance, which a lot of people here were in. And at the same time, we were also preparing for a show we kind of all wrote together, but Kristen took lead on, where a bunch of us did a really good personal drama about body issues and everything, where we were nude on stage. Yeah, well naked. And that was...
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. If you're watching.
Hi,
Not sure if I told you about that.
Was that not something that...
No, it's fine.
Both really, really cool experiences.
They were there.
One of my favorite moments that I was not present for was hearing about the arts festival where y'all got pulled off the stage in the middle of the segment.
Oh, we thought it was a bit.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wait. Was that?
That's funny to me in hindsight.
So yeah,
Was it the rain or something?
there was like the
That's right.
forecast had drastically shifted. So like the festival coordinator came up on stage and I was like, is this a scripted bit that Jerome worked out with? No, it was not. We were shut down in the middle of our show.
I would not have done that to you.
No, I know. So we just went and got lunch. Outside, by the way, because it was beautiful.
It did not.
Didn't you and Shane
blew right
react
over.
in character going, you were like the whiny couple, we were like, oh my God, this is our fault.
We did release that on Patreon if you are a Patreon donor.
Yeah. And then the next year we did it as a bit, or that was our intro. The next year was our intro. Was like if it was. I was narrating that one for that for that segment, and I was like, "Everyone, check the skies. Are we getting shut down? Are we getting shut down?"
Yeah,
and then
we
like, so we leaned into it the next year.
Also, to throw a loving. Now, this is performance based too, but my favorite thing. It's not. I guess it's kind of off stage. It would sometimes be behind the curtain or before we went on stage. For Radio Hour, back when we were behind stage together, was always a lot of fun because we're trying to listen for a cue, but we're also enjoying each other's company. And then this is more performance-based, but but this is on stage. But I don't think it was an outtake. Sometimes maybe was just being with Chase and Dallas as Tim, because I could never keep up with them, and they are 5 miles ahead, and it was so much fun. And so it was just a nod to Chase too. So.
That is the one regret I had about those final 5 Packard Ratcliffe episodes that we recorded during the pandemic, is Nick couldn't be there. So we had Chase and Dallas do it, but we just couldn't get the real-time chemistry because Nick had to record separately that we would have gotten in a regular episode, even though I really enjoyed Tim's performance and Tim's part in those episodes. It was unfortunate to keep those separate.
Up to my favorites. I mean, a lot of rehearsals hit in certain ways. Just especially when some of us come in colder than others on what the script is going to be, and something just popping up and just breaking them during, trying to read through it. And the best, of course, is especially from like a Chase where me was just getting like a GD Jimmy.
Oh.
Like, you read the words like, oh my God.
Well, and adding on to that, I would always sit next to Kristen and then Shane, and then Shane and I would just be sitting there goofing the whole time. Until Shane had to grow up a little bit and be like, but it's, I gotta listen to levels. No, but it's one of my fondest memories because especially during Universe Journey, it's Meow Meow and Kake sitting next to each other and we're just goofing. So yeah.
You guys have the best goofs.
Yeah, right by the we always sat in the same space, and if we moved ever, the L would kind of shift in a weird way. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Plenty other questions here. Yeah, no, that was probably one of my favorite too. We don't. Well, I mean, it's dead, but we got away from that, and we were. I think some of the first. I remember it being a thing where we were started riffing in character, and then it was because in theater, right, you're not allowed. You have to say the words that are written.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of leeway, so we started like, oh, is that okay? And creator didn't care. Which, to be fair, sometimes got a little away from everyone. So we had to try to bring it back in. Thanks for all of our great directors who are all here.
I think so. Yeah.
Sort of like just those kinds of moments. The Rick and Morty thing.
I
was probably one of the people who really enjoyed that.
I was thinking of like just generally saying like the Dirty Story Nights always had like great social moments too.
Thank you.
All right, we got some more questions. Let's see. We'll do another one from Chase. What character that you don't play would you love to be friends with?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Shelley Myers.
Damn it.
That tracks. You're friends with me, isn't that close enough?
It is. I love it.
Aww.
I'm going to say Grezit the Green.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say
One of
Teak
them
or Meow Meow. Teak is just such a big ball of positivity, and also he's really freaking smart. So like that is it'd be an awesome person to hang out with, I think too, because you could have fun intellectual conversations, and also it's that really cute voice, and I would Teak especially, yeah. I don't know if Meow Meow would actually like hanging out with me as Meow Meow, yeah. Like that would be a whole.
I'm sure he wouldn't, but he'd do it.
But he would.
I think I'd want to be friends with Carson.
Yeah.
Friends with the Cosmic Comet.
Yeah.
I think he's just
Not Captain Comptroller?
no.
I'd be friends with Coco because I'm friends with her.
Baby girl.
No.
He's got controlled.
Just because he's so Carson, the Cosmic Comet is just so sweet and so fiercely loyal, and like I just don't think that there's a better or braver friend out there than Joe Morales. No,
I'd be friends with, I think, pretty much every character in our bar. Our bar.
I'd be friends with Woofy.
Her name was Mindy.
I would say be friends with Colm Foley. So I want to know all about his lifetime.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to give him a big hug. He's been through so much shit. I want
He needs a hug.
to be your good friend.
Jeffy.
Let's see. We've got Joe wanted to know what's a role you auditioned for, Radio Hour or not Radio Hour, that you really wanted but didn't get. Not one that you had to audition for but got.
Didn't get.
but you didn't want
Did
it
not
after you got
get
it.
I auditioned for the role for Tim's Creator. Didn't get it, but Casey was so awesome. I was like, oh, of course you. That makes sense.
That's the best when that happens, when like you don't get a part you really want, then you see the person out just like, nope, that was the correct choice. Yeah.
I think she does. Can't be mad.
I auditioned for Jay Cotton, and I really wanted Jay Cotton, but yours is so much better. I think I basically did a version of Frank or whatever.
Frank was built off of your Jake audition.
And so then Frank became
totally
something. But honestly, like that is not Frank's not the leading voice for that show at all. So it worked out beautifully.
Good. Well, I'm glad there's a Frank for that too, because
Yeah.
I was gonna say Cal actually, Charles and Tim, but I didn't send it in. I I mean, or something like that. I just found it like it didn't.
Just sitting there like, oh, God.
I auditioned in my heart and in my mind.
She's like, why didn't you cast
And in
me
those
anyway?
places, the part was mine.
Got it.
And
Still is.
something, I don't remember, it was something in morning show, and he sent it, but it didn't go through until days later, and then Jerome messaged back, just like, we already cast it, and so I was like, yeah, I know, I saw the cast.
Mine was Andy in Mystery Dream Team.
I think mine is Pat Shock.
I'm so glad I didn't get it. I love the way you.
I'm still mad about Andy. No, I'm kidding.
Mystery Dream Team would have played out very differently had we got Andy, because we probably wouldn't have. We wouldn't have revamped the entire team. It would have been very different.
I don't remember. Maybe it was the part Darren played in Morning Show. He was the owner of the thing. I think the original description was something like kind of affable but really cutthroat and cruel. Or maybe it was Joe's. Roger. But I remember I auditioned because I was watching a little bit of Barry. And so I really started doing Henry Winkler. And I was really just trying to get that through. And it didn't happen. But I'm so much glad I didn't because it didn't fit the character.
Actually, your character in Morning Show is probably, I think, my favorite of your voices. I don't know if you...
Which one was it? Was it the one where I went on a date?
No.
Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks.
Oh, Brooks. I was like, wait, what? Sorry. I was just so close to
I
that.
almost played a character in Radio Hour that, while yes, it was my decision, I opted out because Nick opted out. But I almost played James Packer. So I was going to play James Packer, and Nick was going to play Nicholas Ratcliffe. And then when Nick said, no, let other people do it, I said, well, I'm not going to do it without him.
So
About the name.
before the show, even I think before we opened it up, Jerome opened it up for auditions. There were like I think a few segments written already, and one of them, the commercial. I think the first commercial written was Packer and Ratcliffe, and it's like James Packer, wink wink, Nicholas Ratcliffe, because my name is Nicholas Ratcliffe Arkenbray. And literally, what's so funny is that Dallas's voice that he did was kind of eerily similar to what I did.
Wait, what?
And so it was super easy for Jerome to cast, and of course Dallas was a million times better. Miss Dallas. But when we would read it, the way we would read every segment to like kind of give notes to each other and just talk about stuff is that, so say at the top of the narrator had the first line, Jerome would say it, then I would say the next line, vice versa, except for it was a line, or in the early days, I wanted meow meow, so I would do meow meow, and we would switch at that point. And then when the casting became, we did that for what, 2 years almost? A year and a half, yeah. And we would still do that. And so if I played Kake had a line, I would then switch to Kake, and then we would start the 1-2 back. And we did it for Pack and Ratcliffe especially, and it was so eerie because, yeah, that's how we would read it. We would read Packer, Ratcliffe, and yeah.
It would have been very different if we'd done it.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad that we
Such
did
magic
it.
chemistry.
You did such a great job of
They were
allowing
I can't
Jason.
imagine anybody but them, but that was the part I almost played in Radio Hour from the
You
start.
did, yeah, man.
I auditioned for a few roles, and when we did the Orion Express with Travels with Tim, because one of the theaters that I work with did Murder on the Orient Express, and I couldn't audition because we were going to be gone for one of the weekends. So then we did this. I was like, I get a chance, and I auditioned for multiple roles, didn't get any of them. I was just like, well, not meant to be. But I got to watch it from the audience thing, because I was like, I'm not in the second half of the show. I'm going to go sit out in the audience, and it was so fun to watch.
Now we're definitely going to have to do something like that for Ashley down the road.
Yeah, we got a couple. Again, the rest of these are all from Chase, and they are fantastic questions.
Of course they are.
So the next one, if you could change a key decision that one of your characters made in the past, what would it be?
To vote.
I knew that was coming before you finished talking.
Shelley Myers would vote.
Wouldn't give you shit for it.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't regret writing that, even though it upsets me.
I think you like it more because it upsets me.
There's a certain aspect to that.
I think Nito would have preferred not to have gotten onto the ship.
At first, I feel like she's coming in.
She's doing great now. But I don't think if you had given her that choice, I think she might have chosen differently.
Okay. Fair.
Mayhaps.
But then she went and met Bernie.
Oh, they. Yeah, never mind.
We know how that all ends.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, who knows?
I wish the
Maybe it doesn't. Maybe
Love in
it
the
does.
stars.
Yep. I wish the Stinger didn't decide to go against Kim. Be your friend Sam and
Stinger,
be your
yeah.
sidekick.
Would have changed.
suppose.
But I do love your Midwest.
Exactly.
Fair.
Side note, the fun we had coming up with Midwest Marvel's powers was outrageous. Like, we were laughing so hard coming up with such Midwestern things. Just,
Talks to cows.
Woo!
Makes corn out in the field.
just peak comedy to me. Just us
It was
coming up with
good.
those.
We will definitely see Midwest Marvel again. I
Love
guarantee
it.
that. Good.
Yeah. All right. We got. Let's see. What was your personal most embarrassing moment while performing the show? Your
As an-
personal,
oh, man.
as a human being.
Oh no.
That's a tough one.
I've got one. It's just it's something that's happened to all of us, but it just haunts you sometimes. Is that it was when we were at Mad Lab and we had a guest star who was a super villain. It was with the weather people. And Keith was on the other side of the stage, and like rehearsal went great. He had this visual cue that I knew to say this one line, but in the show he did this visual cue, and he didn't even realize that I was looking for it. So it's not like his fault or anything; it's my own. And I saw it, and I said the word, or I said my line, and I had skipped like a page and a half, and I just was like, oh my God, and I wanted to curl up in a ball.
That's why we record the run-throughs.
No,
I mean,
that is
stuff happens.
that is always the worst. Is sometimes like you're trying to listen so intently, but then you'll have this thought of, oh, my character would feel this way, but I did it this way in rehearsal. That wasn't good. And then when you realize you've hit your mark and you're not hitting your line, and it's the worst, and it's the absolute worst. That would be, yeah.
The day when my iPad was freezing, I was sure that.
Yeah.
This just to show like the torment that we go through that ultimately does not freaking matter. I'll say mine because it's so trivial. It's so trivial. But during the Universe Journey musical, the rehearsal, so I was Teak in the opening scene. And at the rehearsal, we had me at a mic, and then at some point I had to go to the keyboard to start the first song. And I think it was Jerome said to me, why don't we just have Teak at the keyboard so that way like we can just get into the song just to cut out that lag. And I was like, yeah, perfect. That seemed like too big of a lag anyway. So I'm playing Teak in the performance at the keyboard mic, and I'm right there, so I can just go and start that song smoothly. And I look and I realize, oh, I've got my script up, and I need my music script that has like all the lyrics and like some of my notes for my keyboard playing. So I was like, okay, I'll just switch them real quick. The book that I had for my keyboard was like extra big and extra long, so I could see like 4 pages at once. So I dropped my script book, and when I was moving the other book, it like hit a note on my keyboard, so there was just this like ding in the middle of this long silence, and I think it took longer than it did in the rehearsal, and I'm like, oh my God, this was the dumbest idea ever. Like, oh my God.
More time.
And like in that moment, I felt like it took like 5 minutes. I watched it back. It's nothing. Yeah, the note is funny, but like in the moment, you just feel like you want to die.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like,
It feels like it goes on way longer than it actually happened, and that's what makes it so much worse. Yeah.
3 like seconds feels like a minute when you're on stage waiting for something or when you missed a cue. It's terrible.
I watched this poor guest star who was doing a great job be like,
Oh,
and I was like, oh my God. I felt so bad.
That's why they've never come back, probably.
I know. I scare them all away.
No.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, anytime a tech thing goes wrong, because
How
I am the tech
embarrassing.
director. But there was one time, I don't remember what it was, but I had the book in my hand, and there was a bit where someone was supposed to like slap it out of my hand, and in rehearsal it went great. My script book fell on the ground, open, to the same page, whatever.
Oh, no.
In the show, they hit it, and it fell to the floor and closed entirely. So I had to like scramble, pick it up, find what page we were on. I'm like looking at the next person over, like, what page is that?
Oh, no.
So
Oh
that
my
was,
God.
it was a good time.
I had one I completely blanked. I try to pick out like a key sentence, like a couple. I'll go sit down, but I'll remember. Okay, that's my cue line to stand up and be ready for the narration line. Yes. And I just started daydreaming, and everybody just stopped and is looking at me. And I'm like, oh! And then so now if there's any silence, even if it's planned, I'm like,
Is it me?
It is. It usually is.
Yeah, that-
Oh yeah, your heart.
That's so awesome to hear someone else does that though. Like for me, there's a line a page before I have to come back on.
Yeah.
I'm focusing on and I'm trying to hear on, and that's what's bad is when I go, but what if I took it this way? And then I'll start like trying to draw like this, maybe say it this way, and I realize, wait, have they said the line? I feel they're past it. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh my God.
As a writer, most embarrassing is we, for like a year and a half, referred to Bernie as Ensign Sanders. Her name is Sylvia Bernard, and we had to re-record lines from like 8 different episodes, which I still haven't fixed, but they will be fixed very, very soon. We re-recorded lines of every time somebody said Ensign Sanders, we changed it back to Ensign Bernard. But we just have like a year and a half.
Getting a subliminal message out.
Yeah, for real. Maybe that's just a nickname we were calling her.
Also, Ashley, how many times did you have to correct in the script that I had Tokolati and Jay referring to each other as spouses?
They're not married.
Forever.
Not married yet.
Over
Still
and
not
over.
married.
They're now.
They are now.
And now.
That's so funny.
Oh, it was like that very episode, because we had 2 Universe Journey episodes that month, and the very first one, it says spouse. I'm like, not yet.
Not married.
No, it's
And then when it got to that, and I
got
was
a
like,
couple more.
now they're married.
Okay, so we have a couple more.
Oh, hi, Emily.
Hi.
How do you decide
I was too
how a
excited.
character will sound or be voiced?
Sometimes you don't know until right when it's your turn to talk.
Sometimes there's like a little cue in the audition packet, and so you like take, that under consideration mixed with like whatever you bring to the table as an actor. I think we all have really unique voices and like a large plethora of sounds. So sometimes we tweak certain ones that are like, wait, was that this voice Larry 1 or Larry 2? Like, was it this, different sounds? Or, I mean, I've even gone to the person who wrote the episode, especially if it's not just Jerome. Like, Jerome won't often have, like, this is how this person has to sound. But sometimes sometimes other people who write or the directors will have an idea in their head of what that character sort of sounded like.
And to clarify, there's not specific notes about how the character should sound. It's more just like where they're from and what their personality is or what their big motivation is, and then it's kind of up to us. I'll add, I think after a while, once we've played several characters, some of the time it's just trying to think of like, what haven't I done yet?
That's what we're exploring.
Well, I'll throw this kind of a modification to that. It was just, when has been a time where you've gotten a voice where you didn't audition for it, but you were thrown into it and you had to come up with a voice? And of course you go, Jerome, is this okay? Yeah, it's great, it's fine. And you're just like, is it? So Nathan was supposed to do, was it Blind Spot or whatever it was in Top Notch? And I just won like a bad Jeff Goldblum and Adam West impression, and everyone was like, "You're doing great." I was like, "Am I?" There's no consistency at all to when I do my pauses. There's none, and I'm just like, but everyone gets this at some point. So I would just say, my question? I guess not to. What voice have you done where you got thrown into it and you had to quickly come up with a voice, and Drum's like, "It was great," and you're like, "Was it?"
I don't know the character's name. It was something in Universe Journey, but it was something I think before Luna came back. And it was just some random character, and I think it was like a security person. So I didn't know, I didn't read the script in advance either for this month, and I was just like, so I just went real high, real frantic. I remember Keith enjoyed it a lot.
I remember that episode.
I don't remember the character's name.
I don't remember the name, but I remember the character.
Yeah, I did not know.
I think you got to play her for 2 episodes.
I think so, and it just until
she died.
Until I had to read the line, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And that's just what came out.
Sometimes it's like a gut instinct and a feel for what the description is, but also I'm assuming I'm not the only one here, but like I'll just find myself watching TV, and if someone has an interesting voice, I'll try to mimic it and I'll make a voice recording of it and I'll label it like voice idea, high Southern or something like that. And then when if nothing is coming to me, I just scroll through like my pre-recorded like
That's
idea voices, and I'm like, ooh, this would work for that. So
That's how Cordelia came to be.
really, yeah.
So, yeah, and to speak to some of along the lines of what you're talking about, when I'm writing, I have to have a voice in my head or I can't write it. But I definitely set those aside for auditions because if you've watched or listened to the show, you know the talent that's gathered here. And there have been so many times where I had an idea for a character and the auditions I get are totally different and way better. So you kind of have to, in a show like this with the cast you have, keep those expectations set aside and go with what you're getting because you guys come up with so many brilliant things I would have never thought of for the voices.
And I will say, you're really good about this. There have been times where we send an audition and we don't get the part, but you will email us and say, I love this voice. I'm going to keep it in my pocket for something in the future.
Yeah.
Or like, there was one time, I think I auditioned for one of the weather villains, and you were like, I love this voice. I'm not using it as a one-off, and that's where Hella's Annie came in.
I still got one of yours that I'm going to cast soon.
Yeah. So our voices and all of these ideas that we come up with, they don't go unnoticed or wasted. Like
That's how I got Staten Island Fairy, because
Yeah.
I auditioned for your part.
Oh.
Lady Liberty?
Yeah.
Ah.
And that was the voice I used.
I need to do more of that because you guys are awesome, and if I had more time, I still have tons of old auditions to go back and review.
Release the audition.
Right?
Don't release the
There once was, I would say, the antithesis of your question, Nick. There was once a character I played in, not Radio Hour, in Morning Show, because I mixed up, I think Morning Show and I think Radio Hour. I don't know why, but
It makes sense.
it was just like a statistics character that was being brought on as like a thing, and I was having trouble maintaining the nasal like in the playthrough, so or in the rehearsal before the show. So I was like, well, this is it, and I was like having a hard time keeping it, and like I was finding myself like as I was like droning on long numbers that I was like going, I was like, let me just take the work out of it for myself, and then I like I plugged in my nose, and I was like, well, this is ridiculous, and like, and then Jerome came up to me after and was like, I think we're gonna go with the run-throughs voice for this. I was like, oh, okay. Well, thank you for the note.
So glad I went like this the entire show.
I didn't think it was such a significant difference, but it was like, oh, it was just a little too cartoony for a non-cartoony segment.
I was gonna say morning show.
I
is
have
one
met
of the most
people who sound like though.
And then there was that one
time where Rosalie, Shane, and I all had the same voice for the Three Bears, and it's like, well, someone's got to change this.
We all showed up with the same voice. Well, who wore best?
Great story for same voice while we're on this topic. We were at a bar once after the show. I know, right?
Oh my gosh.
Every month. And Rosalie, Kristen, and Joe Morales decided to just start out improving Jennifer Coolidge to one another. And that commercial that we have of the Dylan Jennifer Coolidges essentially was, I went to the bathroom and left my phone on record, and they just improv. And then I came back and transcribed it.
We were
and
just
did try to
talking
make
to
it a
each
little more
other.
cohesive,
Yeah,
but
it's
for
just
the
a
most
typical
part,
conversation.
for the most part, it was just them playing in the bar.
That was probably one of the first voices as like a little girl that when you see a voice on TV and you mimic it, that was probably one of the first voices where I was like, wow.
I hadn't told you
my
guys.
gosh.
My cousin showed up to 4th of July with a Jennifer Coolidge t-shirt saying like, I want a hot dog or something like that. I can't remember the exact
funny.
words.
And just to clarify, we did the three Jennifers before SNL did
So
theirs.
much
Yes.
longer.
So many things we've done before. I see, and then like we write it, or even if we haven't performed it yet, and then I see, I'm just like, I put it in our group chat. I'm just like,
We did it.
Why
it
hasn't
first.
some network hired us as an SNL competitor
that's
yet?
if you're watching.
With this group, I guarantee you
We
can,
are a cash
we can
cow.
write and cast a show between Monday and Saturday. Guarantee we can make it happen if you paid us to do it full time, for sure. With 3 original songs per week. Sorry, Kristen.
If I'm paid, yes. Yes.
If you're paid as a full-time job.
Yes, absolutely.
I have 2 more questions. Let's make this one, I think, can go kind of quickly. How much of Porn Star Detectives is based on reality?
I'm going to go to the bathroom.
The only thing I would say that's based on reality is, as I was writing it at the time, my favorite porn star was Amber Rain, so Amber Showers was a very close parallel. Other than that, I
just
can't
got
think.
the Amber Showers joke last. In this
I said that last Christmas.
Yep. Sadly, Amber Rain has passed away in real life. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think any of it was from real life.
And then last but not least, if you were trapped in a video game, what game would you be trapped in?
The Daniel Kravitz video game.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't sound like a fun game.
Always Pokemon. Always Pokemon. It seems like such
Snap.
a great world.
Which
Pokemon
one
Snap.
do I
You take
want to be
pictures?
stuck in, or which one do I think I would be stuck in?
I just want to be like Animal Crossing. So
I was gonna say it's like Fallout, probably.
I just played Stardew Valley last night with some friends, so I'm like, I'm living in Stardew Valley. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
It would be I don't want to actually go in, but it would be fascinating to be in BioShock
Oh.
because the world is so unique and beautiful, but it's also terrifying, and that's why it's just more like I like just like a portal. So if I could go out and just touch that weird glass that Andrew Ryan picked up, and then close the portal and never go back. But like the Big Daddies would be such a unique, cool thing to see, but then never get touched by them. Yeah, crazy.
Wait a minute. Are you sure it's a game?
You want the Big Daddies to touch you?
No, not at all. Not at
So
all.
where are the three bears?
Jesus God, because they would run me through with a drill.
I would say Population 1, which is a VR game where you can climb. I can climb all the way up this giant thing and fly. You have a glide suit, so you can fly around.
You can
and
do
you
that in
can
real
shoot
life.
your friends.
Can
I'm just afraid if I'm ever in like a really high place that I forget that I'm in real world and not VR, and I'll just try and glide off sometimes.
I would say The Witness, which Shane knows.
Oh, The Witness is so good.
Or Leisure Larry.
Oh, Leisure Suit
What
Larry.
video game would you like to be trapped in?
I feel like I would get stuck in The Binding of Isaac.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Thousands of hours of that game. I feel like it is just like,
Wow.
but at least I know all the good power-ups.
Oh yeah,
I
true.
know all how to get most of the endings.
It's horrifying.
If you were stuck in a video game, what video game would you want to be stuck in?
Mario Party.
I'd probably go with No Man's Sky because you could explore space.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty cool.
That's a good one.
Now you know the songs.
There's
like
the VR version.
that.
Well,
Never truly leave.
Oh, we're gonna play the videos of our
Videos.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna do it again.
I'm done with questions on my end.
I have two more chase questions, and we can watch the videos and then
Respond to
probably
them.
wrap things up. So you often only get to perform a sketch/episode once. If you could perform a single sketch from the past for a second time, just for fun, what would it be?
Well, I would like to mention for that question, unless it's like Amelia Earhart or the doctor, old woman in the physician, they get to perform it like 6 times.
There are
times.
actually quite a few segments where we do
Yeah.
get to perform them again at other events around Columbus.
Yeah. My favorite sketch to this day has always been Zoo Milk. I love Zoo Milk.
J.K. Jordan.
Yeah, I love that. It's such a funny premise, so I would love to do that one again.
Who is the father of the kids who asked those questions?
Love that.
I
Loved
don't
it.
know. I don't know what I ever did with it. I think I tried to give it to Jerome, and I don't know if they were able to save it or not. But you wrote Hair to Pay 2, and you even said, Nick, I expect you to just write this thing to go off in the background. And I wrote this huge ass thing. It's just nonsense gobbledygook. It was the most fun I ever had performing because my whole goal is to just tune Jerome, Darren, Bruce, all of you people out and just keep ranting and raving like a madman villain. And it was just so much fun.
Well, Stephanie, Bruce, and Darren, we need a Hair to Pay 3.
Oh,
I would
love that.
fine.
Love Hair
Oh
to
my
Pay.
god,
Hair to Pay.
I
So good.
already have the next 3 planned out.
Oh, excellent. Let's hope Stephanie and Bruce come back.
I really wish we could do the first Universe Journey musical again someday.
Yeah, no, yeah, good point.
It was such a great story, and also like not just to like relive glory days, but like also I feel like since then we've come such a long way in how we perform and rehearse the music that I feel like we could take it up a notch. Also, from putting audio together for my slideshow, I realized that the keyboard I used for that, at least in the recording, it absolutely just drowned out the singing, and it was just, I would do things differently, and also I would just like to tell that story again, because it had some really funny moments, but then there were some like unexpectedly, heartbreaking. You and Foley, it was just.
But would you bring Seamus back? or use this one?
No, we haven't talked about it.
That'd be a
Okay.
different. That'd be a.
Actually, so I actually submitted it to some festival. They didn't accept it as like a standalone thing with some adaptation to it. I think you and I could sit down and adapt that into a standalone 90-minute musical.
Yeah.
So that we could like send to other theater companies and be like, stage this. It would require a little adaptation, but it was standalone enough if you bracketed it right. I think it could work.
Yeah. So.
I will say one thing that Samantha Stark as a director did, and this will tie into what you taught about the musical, is that Sam was really big on physicality. Make sure that you act, because that's a big thing. If you listen to Rob Paulson and other voice actors that are in the business, it's about it's not just about just saying the words in the voice. And I knew that, but like I was never too super physical with some of my acting at the mic. And when I listened to the musical, I remember crying in tears, and everyone was like, "You did a great job." I can't hear it in the musical. I can't hear it. And now when I do Kake or Tim, I really and I can hear it a little bit better. And so I would want another chance to perform, because Samantha has always banged that drum of make sure if you can, and it's a great directing note. So for me, yeah, that is a perfect example of why I want to go back and do that again.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys were brilliant, but yeah, we could get a better recording of it and just.
Oh yeah.
We want to like get all the musical stuff done in studio at some point if we could get paid to do it.
I would also love to do Jant Bradley once more.
One of my favorite Rabbits episodes of the entire run.
Thank you. It was a beautiful
best Rez Daniel relationship episode ever.
It's one of my
Major credit to Nick for writing it.
Well, thank you. That's one of my favorite, and I just remember the episode title. It's a weird one too, because I wrote it and then you come up with the title afterwards, and I didn't know what to call it, so I just threw Champ Braley in there because I was like, drum will change it. Never changed it.
Why would I change something that perfect?
I don't know, and yeah. Well, sometimes I would put like a pun or something in there, and you were like, well, I think of this one. I'm like, okay, sure. But no, that one, no, it was. I was so glad, and then of course, Yoey, you knocked it out of the park. Is great. You always do, but it was really fun, especially see that side of their relationship. Yeah.
That episode solidified Resin as a character for me, of everything he'd been and where he was going. That episode was so pivotal in defining where we were going with Resin.
Yeah.
My favorite thing that we got to do that I would love to do again, because I wasn't around when we did these originally, was when we did our porn star Scary It crossover.
Oh yeah.
Because I really enjoy my character in that. Like, that character has my favorite line that I've had to this day. And it was when they were talking about how they're not going to kill the kid in front of Courtney, and I was like, just take her out of the room.
If we can get Chase, Joe, and Katie to all agree to guest star in the same month, we'll do another one.
I would love that.
All right, we got one last question, final question, also from Chase. And I saved the best for last.
Oh no.
Boy.
What's one truth you've created for your character that other actors may not know?
I know Bobby's real name.
Roberta.
It's not Roberta.
It's Bob.
No. I went through the whole thing, so I'm just like,
Barbarito?
I don't like Roberta, and I don't think Barbara suits her. And so I started like looking up and just like, okay, what are other names that Bobby can be a nickname for? And I found one. I'm like, I feel like this suits her, and I'm like, that is her name. And I told Jerome once, and I don't even know if I remember.
Bobito?
We should have had it in the wedding.
No, it's in the long thing that I'd sent him to, like, here's her backstory.
Oh, I still have that.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we allowed to know it?
Her name is Bronwyn.
Bronwyn.
Ooh, I like that.
That's a super beautiful
We
name.
should have had that in the wedding episode. I'm sorry.
I thought about making a comment about it, but I was just like,
You should have. We could
no
re-record.
one, yeah, no one calls her that. So.
It hasn't gone on the podcast yet. We can re-record that line.
If you want to.
I would be happy to.
I have a friend whose name is just Bobby, B-O-B-B-I-E. And that's just, it's not short for anything. It's just Bobby. So I never even considered that it was that it was short for anything.
I've known 2 or 3 Bobbies in my life, and they were all nicknames, and 2 Robertas, I think maybe 1 Barbara. But I'm like, that's not her name.
Like
and
that.
now you all know.
I like that.
About Anders. I don't know why that popped in. I just, in my head, I was like, we need some
Get
Anders
out of
love.
my head. I was just looking for one. No, this one, Keith, if you want to cover your ears, you can.
Is this a future thing that's...
It could be. But
I don't know that. I just
Now,
am asking a
forever
sincere
hold your
question.
peace. Yep.
all right, he's covered.
Do it.
Anders is going to step down from being the captain. It's not his path. He's taking it for now, but he's going to find that his true path is to serve, and it is to help.
Even though he's good at leading. Yeah.
I'll say, yeah, Anders has been real. Oh. But I get it. No, I get it. It's so good.
Everyone's about to know
Yeah.
our other truth.
Oh yeah, that's like next month.
Yeah. I know that Shelley Myers has a absurd obsession with the history and the like makeup of amusement parks, theme parks. She absolutely loves them.
Especially
she loves
the
them.
euthanasia coast.
She's obsessed with them. Which you would never know because when would she ever talk about that? And Teak is a refugee who is very interested in stand-up comedy. That's considered a peak art form in their culture, and yeah,
I love that.
we're gonna see it at some point. It's a big part of Teak's emotional arc, actually.
That's cool.
So I don't know if this really counts as a character, and I think only 2 other people knew this, but I'm not, so I don't know how many people know this now. The Meeps were originally created to be part of, or the original idea for the Meeps were to be part of Lady Firest's species. That's why I gave you a yellow
my
one.
God.
Yeah. So
I
that
can
was
see
the original
that.
thought, because they were going to be basically our tribbles. And then they just fit better in where we put them, and they became the Meeps instead. I mean, they were always named Meep, but they were supposed to be your species.
Oh wow, I love that.
My meep is still in my bedroom.
I've got 3 in my house.
My
You
dog
can
got
go
a
to
hold
Patreon
of
at
mine.
patreon.com/IABD at $10 tier and get yourself a Meep. They're all handmade.
We love. They're so cute.
They are.
Real
They're
hunks of
adorable.
love in them.
They multiply if you feed them.
What do they all sound like?
Jeff,
And then there's one that goes, Meep.
I have a truth that everyone might have. When I thought of Jeff, I didn't really plan Jeff until I walked up there. I just thought of someone who lives in like the most rundown, like a 1-bedroom trailer. Like a
By the lake?
studio trailer almost is what popped in my head. Like, there's no other rooms. It's just like a 1-room trailer. Just trash everywhere. His life is horrible. So all he has is work and yelling at people, and that's everything he's about. So that was kind of a bummer. It's kind of implied.
Then I'm glad we were nice to him.
And on that bummer note, I remember Kristen made the request as I was like, I'm wrapping up Boxland. She's like, can I please be in it before you end Boxland? And that's where your character, Kristen's character from that came, and she just like, I really, really want to be in this sketch. So I'm like,
Musician, artist, contortionist.
that was so much fun to write that list.
I don't think I knew it was ending. I was just like, I really want to be in it, and you
Yeah.
were like, well, it's ending soon. I'm like, oh, okay, well.
You get to be in the last 2
I
episodes.
did, yeah.
Yeah, that list is like 10% real.
But I loved
Probably
your
could be
character, though, 'cause
30% real if she wanted it to be.
I directed that the first one you were in, and asking you to do the switch from the joyful person you naturally are to like you get to work and just like all of us, the corporate like thing just drains out of your body, and it's just and it just cracks me up.
It was very good.
Okay.
Wake up, Shane.
Yeah.
You know you have a camera trained on you this whole time.
It's true.
Yeah, it's not even looking at us; it's just been him.
You guys answered a question in an hour.
I know we have videos to show, and I don't know if we have any more questions. If we have time, I have one question that might be good to wrap things.
Sure. All right. Yeah. So we'll do the videos. We got 2 cast submitted videos. Now, unfortunately, everyone here in person won't be able to see it. You'll be able to hear it though,
But we'll hear
and
it.
I can show you afterwards. But for everyone watching at home, give me a
lucky
second
dogs.
here, and you're going to get to see some cast recordings. Here we go.
Hi, everybody. Unfortunately, I am not there in person. That was originally the plan. Some things changed. And now I'm doing this from the comfort of my home in my office that is a mess. But you can see that I found a space that looks cleaner, so it looks like I have my life together. Or it just looks like gray and sad. I don't know. You decide. I don't know what to say for this video because I'm just in awe of the fact that it's been 10 years. 10 years of just insanity, of laughter, of tears, of just fun moments with all of you. And I'm so grateful that Olivia gave me the chance to be able to be a part of this 10 years ago, and then I'm still able to be a part of this. 10 years ago, I was 22, 23, had no clue what I was doing in life. Who does in their 20s? And this was when I was starting to get back into acting, and this was the only audition that had come across that I was very interested in, because it's a voiceover opportunity, and all I ever wanted to do was create voices and just be outrageous in any way possible in that regard. And after I got it, I remember driving 2 hours to Olivia's house and thinking, this is a little odd because I don't know any of these people, and I'm just in this random house reading these scripts with these people I have no idea of. And luckily I realized other people felt the same, because they're like, this is the setup of a horror film. This could be the end of my life. And it actually was one of the best things that has ever happened in my life. I'm so grateful for all of you. I cannot wait to be there in person with you all tomorrow performing. For all of you listening, please either join us in person at Boxland at 5 p.m. or you can stream us online for free, so that way you can see all the wonderful things that happen in this show tomorrow. But I'm going to get going because I have some things to do, but I'm also going to be, my future self is going to be joining in as well. So Joe, reminder, I hope you walked Pluto because he deserves it. He's the best boy in the world, and he deserves all the love and joy in his life. And also, I know you forgot to get your laundry out of the dryer. Please get it. You have no excuse. Bye. See you all tomorrow.
Joe's comment.
Joe, get your laundry.
Oh man, Joe. Joe's comment, obviously. I lost the plot to murder you all. That's actually happening tomorrow.
Cool.
Oh, good.
I wrote it down.
That's why the show is moved to a remote field.
After parties are remote field. And you all got Megan's question, right? So go ahead.
Thank you, Megan.
I'm a substitute Foley, so I speak a little bit of Foley. So she said she's very proud and impressed by all of you. And she also asked, what other pancakes do you do outside of the church? Projects. But we kind of already answered that, so.
Joe says he forgot his laundry.
Joe, get your dang laundry.
Joe, get your laundry, buddy.
And extra pets for Pluto.
You have that? Yeah.
He's the bestest boy.
Extra scritches,
Two
You have
walks.
that last question, Kristen?
Yeah, that's what Kristen ended.
Oh yeah, so I asked this when we were just doing the Daniel Kravitz finale wrap up, the roundtable for the end of that, and it was really enjoyable to hear what everyone said. So I just think it'd be interesting to hear here. the show has afforded all of us at some point in time, like several, I think, probably just great opportunities as actors, not just voice actors, but even actors, like dream moments. What personally has been like your favorite moment that you personally got to act on stage in your time with Radio Hour?
As a white man, I got to rap a really good rap with a very flamboyant voice of a time machine.
In British,
yes.
British dialect.
I'm so sorry about that. But it was so good. It was so great.
Our first mini musical, that was awesome.
Yes.
It was quite an exhilarating
Teen
adventure.
adventure.
Oh, I see what you did there. Oh! Sorry about the level shade.
You did get to rap. I forgot that Tim rapped.
Yeah, it was at the very end too. It was like because Tim had no musical
And they cut
anything.
you off, yeah.
That's right, and they cut me off before I got to.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
because you were pissing off the colonials because you were talking about how great Britain is and
That's
how
right.
they should go back to their...
I was the reason we all left.
Oh, God.
Kristen is one of my best friends on this beautiful planet, and I really enjoyed getting to be like a quote-unquote Sanderson sister with her in the Macbeth episode. I didn't care about really getting any role, probably as much as I like really wanted a Sanderson sister between us, and we had a wonderful guest star,
Julie Whitney Scott.
Yes, to play like the Winifred like lead. So we were just able to do the goofy, the goofballs in the background. This Sarah Jessica Parker and
Kathy and Jimmy.
And what?
Kathy and Jimmy.
Kathy, yes. But that was really fun. Just getting to be a goofball.
I would say Grezit killing Abby and the complete meltdown afterwards. I had the pleasure of working with Kristen in like crafting how it was going to go down and like getting challenged, saying like, what's your motivation for this? What are you feeling? Don't just do something big to do something big. Really feel it and let it all out. Let nothing be. Got to talk with Jerome about it to get like the thumbs up. It's like, we're going for these. Is this good? Is this cool? And even just through the run through, I remember folks had come up to me and said like, wow. And I'm like, that's 60%. I was like trying really hard not to say it, but like, that's not even the whole thing. And then, oh yeah, it was a rush. It was a full, just like flood of emotion, and just to be an actor and be able to be on the stage and just let it all out and just be nothing left was amazing.
You were incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Leave it all there.
Made me cry.
Good.
I can't wait for the next character that's on that level for you as Grezit, because I love Brooks, I love Anders, but what you did with Grezit from the beginning, you made that your own, and every episode you added something new to it, and it was incredible. You know, it was awesome.
Yeah.
That's why I'm stealing Mr. Smash.
That's all
Mine
yours.
forever.
It's all yours.
Well, and I remember, let's just talk about this moment for a minute. I remember like the sound effects, it was really gory, and the narration, it was really gory, and there's part of me that was like, is this too much? But then when you add it with the actual like the genuine emotion and the acting that you put, it was not at all like broad or at all like for just for effect or for show or gratuitous. Like it was, you made it make sense, and that was a tall order that you met and exceeded.
I think Top Notch has had a couple moments where it's been really, really emotional, especially like she's got to use power that she's never had to before and has had to she's an elite and has had to be elite, and sort of wrestling with her, do I just want to defeat the bad guy, or, you know, you don't lose yourself in that moment of just aggression and violence and try to maintain. But I know that Top Notch has a lot more coming, and there's going to be more moments to lay it all out and I know that they're going to be bigger. So I'm anticipating like that height of moment for myself.
2 more seasons.
I know it's coming, so I'm excited and nervous and sad.
You get 2 more seasons.
But I know it's going to be a lot.
Oh, there's
more.
going to be some stuff.
So I'm excited for the challenge and for the moments that she's had so far. Sorry, 10 years is going to be emotional.
Oh, you made yourself cry.
I know.
Despite this being a comedy show, I do consider myself more of a dramatic actor. Like that's more my wheelhouse is like the more serious stuff. So when I got to do my Luna episode, like having like the ups and downs of where she was mentally, where she's like got her highs, where she's just working nonstop to the point where she doesn't even realize how much time has passed. And then when she's forced to not, and she just gets to that real low where she's really starting to think about the possibility that she's never going to see these people again. And so like that was just something that I was really happy that I got to do, because that felt more like what I do. That was more me.
I think something that I think if we'd performed it live, New's death would probably be mine, but we were on Zoom for it, so it wasn't quite what we imagined it to be.
It was still
That could be one we can re-record live.
It was it was good. I think the biggest payoff for me, like in many, like as an actor, but also like as like story like developing and partial like writer, I think it was Meow Meow's, not his funeral, his when we turned off the hologram. It was amazing to play that with Kake, between New and Kake. And I'm really proud that in that like dramatic episode, first of all, I feel like we earned it. Like we built up to it, like all the tension that was going on and like all of like everyone's personal like stakes in that moment. But I'm really proud that we found a way to make it so freaking funny, like with all those goodbyes and all the stuff that we didn't know about him, and just and the camaraderie. So for me, like it was that perfect combination of like dramatic and sad and like but it was also so funny, and it was just it wasn't just the acting moments, but it was just the payoff. And I feel like that send off to the character and to those relationships, it was the most like satisfying moment and episode for me personally.
So much credit for you for that, but also so much credit for Shane. He really, yes.
That was a lot, yeah. No, that was a
all
lot.
All the kudos.
Yeah.
All the kudos.
Well, and that whole thing almost kind of started as a sort of a joke, because like it was pretty early on. I said, man, we should probably record, a goodbye just in case, like, what if something happens to us in real life? So I made the joke like, well, bye. And then just work it into the show somehow, which we ended up working it into the show.
I know you first said that at Max and Irma's in Hilliard, which means that was Pack Rat Comics days. That was in the first 9 shows.
Early.
That just means he knew he was a fan favorite character from the start.
I mean, I did win the bracket the one year.
You did. You sure did.
If you come to the live show tomorrow, Meow Meow may live again.
I have a dichotomy.
Oh. Good word. Wow. Does that say something?
That's a really good word, Darren.
Show off.
The economy
One
is
was
dying, yes.
like where I felt like I was actually acting was Charlie and the like arguing with Grezit, or kind of scolding Grezit in the scene, doing the dishes. That felt more like I was actually doing some acting. And then on the other side, where I like the moments where I actually make the cast crack up, and like the outrageous French accent guy, and where Dan Kondo cracked up, and I was like, oh, Dan broke. Dan doesn't break. And then Jeff also seemed to do that. So that's like, because that's where I'm usually like the loud, overbearing character versus, and then Charlie was subdued and more human, like. more realistic.
I was just listening to like one of the segments that just came out, and there was a back and forth between me and you when I just can't spell anything in the segment, the commercial.
Oh my God.
And I just can't spell anything, and I blame it all on you like mispronouncing things, and we go back and forth, and I just say Darren's drunk, and you're just like no.
He was really drunk on stage that day,
It was a little
as he usually is. No.
I've lost access to most of my memories, it seems. But, I don't know. I have like a vague memory of the Jameson episode. Where there's,
Drops on the podcast this weekend.
Gratuitous. I wish I'd planned that. Yeah, there was some nice monologues in that. Also, just the Echo Jameson, just some of those kinds of villainous kinds of. Getting to see those kinds of cruel things in that sort of offhanded way is really kind of fun. Then there was also substitute singing Top Notch Chandler.
Oh yeah.
It was way back in the other place.
Yeah, I know this is a cliche for me, but it was really before this I'd only ever done characters and shows that pretty much I had liberty to make up myself. Right, got some direction, but nothing like this. But having to step into someone else's shoes was and still is a challenge. So I've always appreciated that opportunity.
At this point, you've been in Foley longer, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Nope.
We're getting there.
Almost.
I think it's a testament to how much I dearly love Seamus to this day. You have inhabited that so fully.
So Foley.
Fully. Yeah. You definitely played them two different ways, but the point of the story we chose, or not choose, but the point of the story where we broke it into ended up working out really fortuitous, I think.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a challenge, and I'm still, like I said, I still think through it and what it means. So.
I still prefer Seamus.
Me too. She says that every night.
Every
single night.
Damn, girl. Damn. Well, good night, everyone.
That's cold. That's cold.
Shane hasn't answered yet, I don't think.
Huh? Did Nick?
Nick rapped.
Oh, you rapped.
Yeah, I rapped.
Character moment, an opportunity as an actor.
I mean, pretty much anytime I've had to, anytime one of my characters has had to say goodbye to either because they're dying or to someone else. So like most recently in the Daniel Kravitz finale, or well, not the most recent, the penultimate, or whenever.
Penultimate is when you actually say goodbye.
Had to say goodbye, yeah, to Daniel. I had to work through that one because I was choking up. It was good. Yeah. Oh yeah, the robot arm.
And robot arm.
Yeah, robot arm.
I was just reminded the other day of Larry going, "Is that me getting shot in the head? Is that me watching me get shot in the head? Is that me watching me get shot?" No, that's a pigeon, Larry.
Alrighty. That's that.
That's it.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you.
Please
We have
tune
to
in
get
tomorrow.
rest for tomorrow.
5 p.m. Yes.
5 p.m. right here. Yeah.
Prepare my
Right here
donate
or right there.
award.
Or
Yeah, we're there. Do it again. Click the link.
Both are
great.
Preferably here.
Yeah.
You can find the links everywhere on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Blue Sky, on
random
Threads. We're in a lot of places. So give us a follow, give us a subscribe, all those fun things.
Yes.
We will see you tomorrow, either here in person or right there online.
Brezit, take us out.
Bye!